You are now tuned in to the Kicking It Dolo YouTube channel, the Litty Sports YouTube channel.
Clap the room, I'm coming through. They wanna see what I'm about. Yeah, I got skills, do it for the thrill. I'm on a paper route. Extra, read about.
Welcome to 2023. It's your boy Dolo J. Wow, good morning. It's your boy Dolo J, and welcome back to the Kicking It Dolo podcast, a sports podcast where we talk about football, basketball, past, present, future, top 10, stats, and more. So without further ado, let's get right back into the podcast. We're back. This is the first episode of 2023. Yeah, this is the microphone that I use for y'all who've never seen it. It's a blue microphone, blue snowball. But yeah, first episode of 2023. I'm glad to be back, man. I had to take a little time off to just sit back and relax and just think and just get my mind together, man. I'm back, like I said, I'm feeling good. And yeah, hopefully we can give y'all a good episode, man. So we're going to go ahead and go straight to the NFL. Now, the first thing that I want to talk about is Damar Hamlin of the Buffalo Bills. Recently, during the Monday night game against the Cincinnati Bengals, you know, him, T. Higgins collided, routine play, and, Darvin Ham went through what he went through. And basically, he's in the hospital now. They say he's talking and he's back. You know, everything's good. Nothing neurologically is wrong with him. He's just, breathing on his own now. They took him 2 hours talking and stuff like that. FaceTime the team. I see how Josh Allen and Sean McDermott, how they feel about it. It was another player as well on the defense. I can't remember his name at this present point in time, but it was a really scary thing. Just seeing the fact of what happened. And like I said, I hope that he, I wouldn't necessarily even say a speedy recovery. I just hope he just gets back to, just living life. But I'm glad he's doing okay. I'm glad he's doing all right. And possibly there's a chance he can go from critical condition to stable condition over the next maybe 12 to 24 hours, maybe even 48 hours. So I just want to say, Damar Hamlin, if you just somehow by chance see this, get well soon, my dude. As an NFL fan, as a Buffalo Bills fan, and just as a human being in general, bro. Keep well, don't rush it, take as much time as you need. And the boys will be, they will be thinking about you, they will be playing for you, as everybody else in the NFL, and around the world in the sport. But yeah, get well soon, man. Get well, rest up. Hopefully your boys can put on a show for you. But yeah, the game ultimately ended up being canceled. They're gonna decide not to play, so it's gonna go by win percentage. So we're gonna talk about basically how that would affect it. Currently, right now, Kansas City has the number 1 seed, and they will wrap up, home field throughout the playoffs. Now the owners came together, I believe, today. Well, it's Saturday, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. So yesterday, Friday, they came together and decided that the AFC Championship game would be played on the neutral site. I think Indianapolis is going to be, stadium. That's usually, like a neutral site stadium, Lucas Oil Stadium. Kansas City currently right now has the first round bye, and they would, secure the first round bye with just a win against the Raiders. Today at 4:15. And Buffalo still has a chance to get the first seed. They would be end up getting it by win percentage if somehow they can pull out a victory, and also Kansas City ends up losing to the Raiders. The Bengals and the Ravens game. So the Bengals might actually clinch, and it might be like a 4-5 or a 3-6 matchup, and then the coin flip might decide home field, given the fact that they also will have played only 16 games, and the Ravens will have played 17 games. So it's gonna be real interesting to see how that plays out. Given the fact that they could possibly be the 3 seed and still don't have a home game. Something, to the best of my knowledge, I have not seen during my time of, watching the NFL and, during this last maybe year and a half, watching it a little bit more closely, given the fact of starting to do the podcast, thinking about doing a podcast. But yeah, to the best of my knowledge, I have not seen an instance where this has happened. But Jacksonville has a chance to secure the 4th seed with a win or a tie against the Tennessee Titans. That game will be happening around 8:30, I believe, tonight. Like I said, but they can also have a chance of making the playoffs with Miami, New England, and Pittsburgh. Tennessee, basically win or they're out. New England gets the 7th seed with a win or a loss by Miami, and Pittsburgh and a Jacksonville win. Miami has a chance to get the 7th seed with a win and a New England loss. Pittsburgh has an outside chance of actually still making the playoffs. Getting the 7th seed with a win and a loss by Miami and New England. And when I said New England, I meant to say with a win or a loss by Miami, Pittsburgh, and the Jacksonville win. So, yeah. It's going to be real interesting to see how the games play out. Jacksonville basically whooped Tennessee the first time that they played them. And for the most part, water break, excuse me. But, yeah, for the most part, basically just whooped them. And Trevor Lawrence was doing whatever he wanted to do. I think he went for like 3 or 4 touchdowns that game. But this is a win or go home. And we gonna see. This is basically the playoffs for these two teams. Like week 18 is kind of like similar to the NBA play-in tournament, I would say. In my opinion, it's the NFL's version of it. You know, winning you're in. Well, as opposed to the NBA tournament, you got to win twice, but win and you get a little help possibly, you might be in there. So it's gonna be real interesting to see how the whole AFC playoffs and seeding and who gets a home game and who doesn't get a home game. It's gonna be real interesting to see how that plays out. Now in the NFC, really too many spots have not been locked up. Philadelphia clinches home field throughout with a win or a loss by Dallas and San Francisco. They clinch the division with a win or a loss by Dallas. San Francisco clinches home field throughout with a win and a loss by Philadelphia. Dallas has a chance to clinch home field through an outside chance with a win and a loss by Philadelphia and San Francisco. They clinch the division with a win and a Philadelphia loss. So top 3 seeds really aren't really too much locked in. The Vikings are locked in at 3, excuse me. But yeah, 5 and 2 and 1 is kind of a little iffy right now. Jalen Hurts still seeing what I'm imagining he's gonna play. I don't see a scenario where he doesn't play. But San Francisco, given the fact that Brock Purdy has looked good in 2 games and they have done well to the defense, they do have the best defense in the league. The defense is the hottest team in the league right now, and they're just putting him in positions to where I would say he's necessarily, you could say he's borderline game managing, and that's okay. As long as you don't lose the game. Just don't lose the game. Sometimes you don't have to go out and win it and try and throw the miraculous touchdown and get 300 yards and try and rush for 4 touchdowns or whatever. No. Just don't lose the game, bro. Doesn't have to make the spectacular highlight. They got McCaffrey in the backfield. Deebo Samuel's coming back, so I'm imagining he's possibly going to be, taking some carries off of him as well. So, yeah. All right, so the 7th seed is still up for grabs. Seattle has a chance of becoming the 7th seed with a win and a loss by Green Bay. Green Bay win, and they're in, basically. They don't need any help. Just take care of business. And Detroit win and a Seattle loss. Now, Green Bay and Detroit are going to play each other Sunday night, I believe, around 8:20. So, yeah, it's going to be real interesting to see how this plays out. I believe this will be the last game of Week 18. So, Aaron Rodgers, 3 to 4 weeks ago, it didn't really look like the Packers were going to make the playoffs this season, but they're getting back in their groove. Dobbs and Cobb and Aaron Jones is still doing this thing, and they still have Lazard. So it's gonna be, and not the Patriots, excuse me. The Lions are no slouch either. Now the defense leaves a lot to be desired, but their offense can put up points with anybody. Jared Goff is, he's doing his thing. St. Brown, Jamal Williams, the boys are. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be, a shootout, but the defense is gonna have to come through and do something. It's gonna be real hard for them to stop Aaron Rodgers, given the fact that I think he's found his flow. But at the same time, they're gonna do it so the offense doesn't have to put up maybe 35, 40, 42 points, just to win the game or even keep them in the game. So this is gonna do a lot to help them. Yeah, man. So the playoffs are still not locked in yet. Usually most of the playoffs will be locked in. Now a lot of people have clinched, but the seeding is just, so it's gonna be a little extra oomph to everything, basically. Nothing wrong with that. But yeah, so now we're gonna get into the NBA. So I'm just gonna, talk about two games that transpired last night. The Brooklyn Nets game versus the Miami. Nets picking up the 13th win out of the last 14 games. 108-102 against the Pelicans. KD had 33 points, 10 rebounds. Started off real shaky, 0 for 5. Nigga hit 2 free throws, but eventually, turned it on a little bit towards the end of the first quarter, and then the second quarter was he, returned back into the game. He ended up having 18 in the first half, like I said, 33 to finish the game. Kyrie only had maybe 9 points, I believe, through the first 3 quarters. He was maybe like, I think ESPN showed a graphic where he was like 4 for 13. But in the fourth quarter, he did his thing. He had 10 in the fourth. I think he went 3 and 9 or something like that. And he had 19 points. Royce O'Neal was hitting clutch threes. He hit 4 of them guys. He had 14 points. Claxton with 5 blocks, 9 points, 9 rebounds. TJ Warren gave him 15 points or something, which they really needed. Given the fact that Joe Harris and Seth Curry, I believe they combined for maybe like 7, maybe 8 points. Yeah, they didn't really put many points up. So yeah, it's gonna be really interesting to see going forward. They fell deeper into the rotation since Watanabe. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. The left-handed Japanese guy, not Japanese guy, Japanese NBA player. Excuse me. Let me put some respect on that man's name because I think he's shooting 50% from the 3 this season, if I'm not mistaken. So percentage-wise, I think he's leading the league in 3-point shooting, and it's crazy to think about. 40% is good. 40% is good. He's shooting 50%, I believe. I think it's like, is it close to 50.1 or something? 51 or something like that, but 50% from 3. So if he shoots 5, let's say if he shoots 10 threes, he's averaging like 5 makes, bro. That's insane. But he is a tall player. He's a little linky, but he still, he tries hard. He hustles hard. And I kind of like him a little bit. He's growing on me a little bit. He had a little corner 3 tonight. Didn't really do too much, but they didn't really need to do too much. KD and Kyrie just really did their thing down the stretch. Ben Simmons also had like 10 assists. I believe he had 6 points. He went like 3 or 6 from the field. I believe he had 6 rebounds. It was one time on the break, I want to say it was in the third quarter. It may have been the fourth quarter, though, right before they subbed him out. I think it was the fourth quarter right before they subbed him out, because I think they subbed him out with like maybe 3 minutes left. But, yeah. Ben Simmons really just act like he did not want the ball at all. Like, he was being aggressive at the beginning, which I like. First couple of minutes, he was attacking. He had a smaller person on him. He went to the rim. Now, he didn't really he made his first attempt, and then, he missed the second attempt. I think it was like some type of it was a layup, something like that. But the third time, he still was aggressive, but he kicked it out, got an open shot. That's what I like. Put your head down. You're 6'10", 6'11". Go to the rim, bro. Go to the rim. Attack the rim. I understand, the shooting thing. I get it. We all get it. It's something you still processing, working through. But, bro, just go to the rim, bro. Go up. And you're not bad at free throws. I mean, yeah, you're all right. You'll make a couple of them. You shoot like 7. You'll make like maybe 3, which is cool. You're just being aggressive. Make them guard you, bro. Just make them guard you, Ben. That's all I'm saying. Just make them guard you, bro. Because if you know what I'm saying? I mean, when you're at the 3-point line, they already in the paint. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, just be aggressive. Why would you go dunk on them? 9 times out of 10, you probably being guarded by a point guard. Dunk on that man. Go dunk on. Dunk on. And flex on them like you just, like you just lifted like 500 pounds. Like you just bench press 500 pounds. Flex on that man, bro. Flex on that man. Don't play with him. But yeah, KD and Kyrie, they were doing their thing, man. Back to the I like what I seen from CJ as well. He had 28 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. Najee Marshall. I didn't really know about Najee Marshall until I tuned in tonight, but he kind of grew on me. I like how aggressive he was. He had 23 points, 9 rebounds, 1 assist. Jose Alvarado, he had 2 assists, 5 rebounds, 17 points. But it was a really good game. Pelicans, they picked up the lead early in the first quarter and really didn't relinquish the lead until late. But it was really just back and forth. KD would get a bucket. Then maybe Royce O'Neal might come down and hit a 3. Then Claxton might get a block, come down or just get a little putback or something. And then CJ Hill go come do his thing, and then Alvarado. And then you got Najee Marshall. He's just being aggressive. I really like the game. Pelicans, it's gonna be hard for them to go against a team that's been streaking. You could say basically for the Nets, they've been streaking. Like I said, 13 out of 14 games they won. But they don't also have their best 2 players. With Brandon Ingram is missing, I think his 20th straight game. I didn't even know he had a toe injury. Then Zion. I gotta cut on my hand. Excuse me. Ow, hurt bad. But yeah, and then Zion, he's been ruled out. I believe earlier this week with a hamstring pull. He was doing his thing, and I like how he was just. So it's gonna be hard, man. It's gonna be hard. They're gonna have to weather the storm. Valanciunas early in the game, he was complaining a little too much for me. I just wanted to see him, play through. I feel like he got contact, maybe hit the head a couple times. Let me drink some more water. Excuse me, y'all. But yeah, Valanciunas, he was just complaining to the refs, looking for a foul. I just feel like he should have just played through the contact, been more aggressive, forced the referees to call a foul. I mean, they're not going to call every single foul. Of course, it's a violation or something on every play in the NBA. Everybody who really watches the NBA knows that. Or if you play sports or something like that, it's something wrong happens 99% of the time. You know what I'm saying? Just fight through it. Keep going. Keep pushing. Force the refs to call a foul. If you dunk on that man and he hacking you and you still dunk the ball, bro, and won. Now you get an extra point. And you showing the refs that, yeah, all right, they trying to, stop me from doing what I'm trying to do. But at the same time, I'm still going to put the ball in the paint. I'm aggressive. I'm going to keep attacking. I'm going to make you blow the whistle, bro. Now, don't get over-aggressive to where, you're drawing charges and stuff but, you're going to have to do a lot of that, given the fact that, 2 of your uberly aggressive, top players, 2 of your big 3 are out with injuries. Zion's going to be evaluated again in 3 weeks. I really don't know the situation of what's going on with Brandon Ingram yet. But given the fact that it's a toe injury, I don't think he feels comfortable coming back just yet. So, yeah, man. But it was a very good game, given the fact that Pelicans are hurt, but players just stepped up, man. And now the last game we're going to talk about, Miami versus Phoenix. Miami picking up a 104-96 victory. Oladipo, took a trip in the time machine. Back to the future. Let me stop playing. But he took a trip in the time machine, though, bro. 26 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists. Butler had 20 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. Bam had 21 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, and a block as well. Ayton had 23 points, 14 rebounds, 2 assists. Torian Craig, 17 points, 9 rebounds. Mikal Bridges, he had 15 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, but he went 2 of 10 for the field. So it was a really tough night. Chris Paul, did he play in the second quarter? It's like I'm drawing a blank right now. My bad, y'all. I've been up for almost 24 hours. But I got to bring y'all this content, though, man. It's been so long. It's 2023. But, yeah. But I want to say Chris Paul, he didn't return in the second half. I think it was either right. It was some type of hip soreness. I don't remember what side it was. It was either left or right. Either way, it was hip soreness. And Devin Booker has already been out. So the Suns, it was an uphill battle. Now, they stayed in the game. The Heat never really led by more than 10 from what I was watching. But Oladipo, man, once he hit that shot to end the first quarter, I was like, it might be his night. And then he hit another three. And then I was like, and then he's getting to the rim, drawing fouls, hitting free throws. He was doing his thing. It's been a long time coming. Miami's been very patient with him, given the fact that he has been coming back from his injuries, and then, when he first got there, he was injured again. So they've been extremely, extremely patient with Victor. And it's just really cool to see possibly that maybe, just maybe, that their patience may be paying off once and for all. But the Suns, they just look very, very abysmal. Chris Paul's getting older. Devin Booker's out. It's really hard for them to generate offense. DeAndre Ayton, yeah, he can score, but you need somebody to get him the ball. Cameron Payne was also out, so their secondary, point guard off the bench. Another guy who creates offense for them. So basically the top three guys who create offense were basically out. So a lot of the time it was Landry Shamet or Mikal Bridges handling the ball a lot of the time. So it was very difficult for the Suns. Now, like I said, they still hung in the game a little bit, but it ultimately against the Heat, Jimmy Butler was doing his thing. Didn't attempt a single three. Bam didn't attempt a single three, but they're not three-point shooters. Bam is, he was hitting his mid-range shot, being aggressive, his little jab, and, going to the rim, his layups and stuff like that. And, yeah, man, it was a good game. It was still a good game, though. But this has been your boy Dolo J. This has been episode 19, the very first episode of 2023. This definitely will not be the last, bro. Make sure y'all go like them other videos on my channel and try and get this video to, I'm going to do a small thing. Since it's 2023, for DeMar Hamlin, let's just get 3 likes. Just 3. I know y'all can give me 3 likes, bro. But until next time, this has been your boy Dolo J, signing out. Peace.